You've done it 100 times without thinking about it. You're wearing jeans, you slide your thumb into that tiny pocket stitched inside the front right pocket, and for a brief moment you wonder, what is this actually for? Your car keys won't fit. A phone is out of the question. Even fishing a single coin back out of it is an awkward exercise. By any practical modern standard, it's completely useless. And yet virtually every pair of jeans ever made has one. This isn't a design accident. It isn't a quirky fashion detail that stuck around for no reason. That little pocket has a specific origin story, and it goes back over 150 years to a completely different world. To understand it, you need to go back to the American West in 1873. A tailor named Jacob Davis and a businessman named Levi Strauss had just received a patent for a new kind of work pant, denim trousers reinforced with copper rivets at the stress points. These weren't fashion items. They were built for the hardest physical labor of the era: miners swinging pickaxes, carpenters hauling timber, cowboys spending entire days on horseback. These men had a specific problem that's easy to forget about today. In the 1870s, wristwatches didn't exist as everyday objects. The standard way to tell time was a pocket watch, a delicate, expensive, glass-faced piece of machinery that most working men couldn't easily afford to replace. And when your entire day involves physical labor, a fragile watch bouncing around loosely in a deep, baggy pocket is a disaster waiting to happen. One hard fall, one wrong swing, and it's gone. So Davis and Strauss built a solution directly into the jeans. A small, snug pouch positioned high on the right hip, tight enough to hold a pocket watch securely in place no matter what the wearer was doing. It wasn't decorative, it was protective. Quite literally, it was the watch pocket. Here's a historical detail that surprises most people. You might have heard this tiny pocket referred to as the fifth pocket, a name that implies it was added later as some kind of bonus feature. That's actually wrong. When Levi's original riveted jeans launched in 1873, the design included exactly 4 pockets: 2 main front pockets, the small watch pocket on the right, and a single pocket on the back right. It wasn't until 1901 that a second back pocket was added to meet customer demand, which means the tiny pocket isn't the 5th pocket at all. It was one of the original 4. The second back pocket is technically the 5th out, it just doesn't get talked about that way. There's one more historical footnote worth knowing. During the Second World War, the U.S. government required clothing manufacturers to reduce their use of metal as part of the broader war effort. Levi's responded by temporarily removing the copper rivets from the watch pocket to conserve material. The rivets eventually came back after the war. The pocket never left. So why is it so small today? By the early 20th century, wristwatches had become the practical standard. Pocket watches gradually disappeared from everyday life, and with them went the need for a pouch large enough to carry one. Manufacturers quietly shrank the pocket, from around 3.5 inches down to closer to 3 inches, and it stayed roughly that size ever since. Without its original purpose, people found new uses for the space. In the 1950s, it became a go-to spot for a Zippo lighter. Later, loose coins, guitar picks, ticket stubs. Today it holds almost nothing useful for most people, and denim manufacturers keep it there anyway, because at this point it's an iconic part of what jeans look like. Remove it and something feels wrong, even if nobody can quite explain why. That small, seemingly pointless pocket is a direct line back to the miners and cowboys of the 1870s. A design solution for a problem that no longer exists, preserved in fabric for over 150 years. Next time you absent-mindedly slide your thumb into it, you'll know exactly where it came from. If this gave you a new way of looking at something you wear every day, hit like and subscribe for more stories about the history hiding in ordinary things.